Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today we're back with the film photography issues, and this video is sponsored by Skillshare, but more about that later. So I was trying to grab a roll of 35mm and actually expose it to light in a way that would create light leaks like I've had in the past, because I've had these light leaks in the past many times. But funny enough, I shot the B-roll of me showing you the roll, and where the roll has that little bit of felt, and I put some scissors in and jammed it open a little bit so you could see how the light would probably go into the film and expose the 35mm film. But funny enough, I get my negatives back, which are actually just here, and the film has no light leaks at all. So it's not that I don't have content to show you, but I'm going to explain this. You can see the film here, probably against the white better, but there's no light leaks at all in my film. I just scanned the film, and basically there's no light leaks. So what I'm going to try to explain to you is light leaks that happen in the film canister. So when we have our film canister, when the film goes inside the roll, and I'll do B-roll for this so you guys understand, when the film goes all the way inside, that little light trap that's in the lip of the roll of 35 sometimes leaks light inside. This is made by Kodak, Fuji, Agfa. Everybody that's made 35mm canisters has had some issue at some point, but usually nowadays it's really good, and that's why my film, even though I jammed some scissors in there and tried to make a light leak into the film, it didn't happen. But this is a major issue when you're shooting bulk loaded film, because you're reusing your canisters. You're reloading them and shooting one roll and shooting another roll and using it multiple times, and the film comes in and the film comes out. I'm sorry, this film is a dud, so don't worry about that. But yeah, the film comes in and then it goes back in and then it goes back out and all that. So after some time, that little bit of the light seal that you have on your canister will degrade to a point that the light will leak inside the film. But I wanted to show you guys how that was not a major issue, and I'll explain exactly why in a second, because this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. There's all kinds of classes, from design to drawing to art to sculpture, painting, photography, film photography, video editing, all that kind of stuff. I've been taking mostly classes in photography. There's one from Andrew Wagner that's really good on street photography. I've been taking ones from Dan Rubin about travel photography, even phone photography, because now currently I'm doing phone photography for my work, and it's been really helpful to get tips and tricks to use my phone for photography, which has been really useful. Also really enjoyed the MKBHD editing course, where he shows all his process of how he shoots B-roll, A-roll, how he plans the videos, edits, and so on. It's been very helpful. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning that there are no ads, and there's always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow whatever your creativity takes you. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free month trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. So go ahead, go check Skillshare.com, and with the link below that's in the description and also top comment, and start learning with Skillshare. So basically, like I was saying, when light goes into your 35mm canister, it will expose the film, of course, but there's such a thing as the sideways, the emulsion, which is the side it curls into, and also the side that has the anti-halation layer, which is usually the back side, or it is the back side. So this prevents the light to travel through your film when you're actually exposing in your camera. That's why Cinestill film gives you those auras and halation, because it doesn't have that remjet layer. They take it off from cinema film to make it C41 friendly. So when you do have normal film that has that anti-halation layer, the film, when it receives light, it doesn't go through the light, through the film, and bounce back, giving that weird effect. So the same thing happens with light leaks. When you have your film get light inside the canister because the canister is faulty or you made some mistake, that anti-halation layer will protect your film from light. The only problem is the sprocket holes. That is where the film will be able to leak light through those little sprocket holes and expose the rest of the roll. So if you've ever been doing bulk loading and you notice that there's light leaks on the sprockets, and maybe it's on frame 1 and then on frame 6 and then on frame 8 and then frame 12, but they start getting lesser and lesser, that is because your film is letting, or your cassette is letting light go in, exposing a small strip, and through the little sprocket holes going layers down. When it hits the sprocket hole, the film will let it lightly move a little bit like it was sideways, but it won't usually expose the frame where you're actually taking your picture unless you're doing sprocket photography. So like I said, if you're getting light leaks in your canister and you don't really know how to understand them, or you're getting these light leaks that I'm going to put on the screen right now, that is from your roll of film getting exposed to light without you wanting it. It's not in the camera, it's outside the camera when you're loading or unloading, when your lab gets it, when they open the plastic canister, and so on. It's not a matter of your camera getting light leaks. Camera light leaks happen too, and they can be fairly similar, but usually there's a pattern from like one, or pattern from one to the other, and every like couple of shots you'll get the same similar light leak depending on where the sun's coming from. This light leak usually shows on, like I said, the sprocket holes slightly at the beginning of the roll or at the end of the roll, depending on, you know, where you exposed it mostly. Usually if your roll is like this, which is ready to load, you won't get lots of light leaks. Maybe when you finish the roll and it's all the way in, there's that little hole where the film was, and then the light will go through, expose a little bit of film, and that's what creates those light leaks. I hope this is helpful. I know it's hard to explain without having actual physical examples, because I really tried and I screwed up. I tried to screw up a whole roll of 35mm film, but nothing went wrong, which is very surprisingly. I will try to do one where I actually do that really bad so I can show you, and I'll put it in with one of opening your camera halfway through a roll so we can see the different exposures and the light leaks that happen between one method and the other. Like I said, these film developing or film photography issue videos are supposed to me show you, by basically killing some rolls of film, how leaks and issues happen when you're shooting film. I hope that was helpful. I really appreciate you guys letting me know if you want to see something, if you had any special issue while shooting film, developing film, scanning film, and I can hopefully go behind the scenes and see what's wrong, show you guys. That's the whole point, that I take, you know, the resources I have, and thanks to Skillshare, to show you how to prevent these issues shooting film, because that's the thing that scares most people, is shooting film seems scary, shooting film seems complicated to understand because there's a lot of steps involved, and film is light sensitive, which you don't want to be doing that kind of stuff like I just did, but you know what I mean. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and see you in the next one. Bye.